Have you ever felt like you're just waiting? You know, waiting for the right moment, for some big burst of motivation to finally change things? Well, let's get right into this, because what if the entire control panel for your reality was inside you this whole time? We're about to break down how to flip the switches and reshape your life, starting right now.
So first things first, let's just get rid of some noise. We're always told to wait for these things to line up. Luck, perfect timing, motivation, but honestly, that's not what drives real lasting change. That's just a distraction from what actually works.
In fact, this whole huge, complicated-seeming project of transforming your life, your health, your career, your confidence, you name it, it really just boils down to a single number: 2. That's it, just 2. 2 internal switches that you and only you have control over. And they're not complicated, they're not some big secret. But once you understand them, everything changes. So let's look at what they are.
Okay, so the first switch, the absolute foundation of everything, is your attention. Just think of your attention as the director of the movie of your life. It's deciding, in real time, what gets the spotlight and what gets left in the dark.
And this is so important. Attention isn't just about, concentrating on a task. It's the filter for your entire reality. I mean, literally, whatever you consistently park your mind on, that's the direction your life is going to go. It's a straight line.
And look at how deep this goes. Your attention is deciding what you even see in the world, what you ignore, what you're afraid of, what you chase after. It even determines what you believe is possible for yourself and how your body physically reacts to stress. It is actively building your world, second by second.
And this is exactly why so many of us get stuck, right? If your attention is constantly glued to old mistakes, who you used to be, all your regrets and everything you don't have, well, your brain takes that as an instruction manual, and it gets right to work recreating those same feelings, those same results. You end up in a loop.
Here's how that loop works, plain and simple. What you pay attention to creates an emotion. That emotion drives your behavior. And your behavior, done over and over, builds your reality. It's an unbreakable chain reaction. And it all starts with where you put your focus.
I just love this way of putting it. Your attention is the steering wheel for your entire life. And if you don't consciously grab that wheel and point it where you want to go, your brain's autopilot, your past habits, your old stories, it's going to grab it for you and drive you right back where you started.
All right, let's get to the second switch. This is where we go from just steering the car to actually building the road to a new destination. The second control is your imagination, but probably not in the way you're thinking. See, this isn't about daydreaming or wishful thinking. This is pure neuroscience. Your imagination is your brain's built-in simulator. When you mentally rehearse something, an action, a feeling, a conversation, your brain builds and strengthens the neural pathways for it, just as if you were really doing it. You're literally training yourself to be a new person. So when you close your eyes and picture yourself staying calm in that stressful meeting, or being confident when you ask for that raise, you're not just dreaming, you are rehearsing. You're building the mental muscle for that new identity, so when the time comes, it's not a performance, it's just who you are.
And this is such a key distinction. The goal here isn't to escape into a fantasy world. The goal here is to run a training simulation for the real world. You are rehearsing for the leading role in the life you actually want to live. So, what happens when you put these two powerful switches together? Well, this is where it really gets exciting. When you sync up your attention and your imagination, you create this incredible formula that starts to systematically change who you are from the inside out.
So let's look at how they team up. Your attention is your focus. It's what you're feeding your mind in the present moment. Your imagination is your blueprint. It's the future you're rehearsing in your mind. One is the steering wheel, and the other is the map. You absolutely need both to get where you're going.
And together, they kick off this powerful chain reaction. You rehearse a new identity. That generates a new emotion. That new emotion leads you to make different choices. Those choices, when you repeat them, become new habits. And what are your habits? They're your life. See? It all flows from the identity you decide to rehearse.
Okay, so the theory is solid, right? But how do we actually do this? Let's make it super practical. Here is a simple 10-minute daily drill you can use to take command of these two switches, and you can literally start tomorrow. Okay, first up is the setup. This only takes 4 minutes. Number 1, pick one area. Don't boil the ocean. Just pick one thing. Next, define that future you in 3 simple, present tense sentences. Then reset your attention.
Take 5 slow breaths and literally say, "Old story out." And finally, you train. Picture just one normal, everyday moment as that new person. This is so important. It has to feel real and achievable.
Now for the action plan, which takes maybe 90 seconds. This is how you connect the mental part to the real world. First, you give that future self a name, an identity anchor, like confident me or patient me. Then you choose 3 small actions that align with that identity, and one of them has to be tiny. Why? Because tiny wins are how you prove to your brain that this new identity is real. It's how you build momentum.
Now to make this all stick, you've got to manage that steering wheel, your attention all day long. So just set 3 simple alarms on your phone. Label them identity check. When one goes off, you just pause for 5 seconds and ask, where's my attention right now? Does what I'm doing match who I'm becoming? This is how you keep your past self from hijacking your day.
And at the end of the day, you do a quick 2-minute audit. Now, the rule here is absolutely no judgment. This isn't about beating yourself up, it's about collecting data. You give yourself an honest score, jot down 1 win, 1 slip, and 1 tiny adjustment you can make for tomorrow. This little feedback loop is the engine of your progress.
And I really want you to hear this. None of this is magic. It's not wishful thinking. It is simply the practical application of how your brain is already designed to work. This is neuropsychology, but done consciously, done with intention. You are taking an active role in your own programming.
And that really just brings us to the final question, doesn't it? This isn't just interesting information, it's an instruction manual. The drill is ready to go. You can start tomorrow. So the only thing left to decide is, who are you going to rehearse being?